What's up, Juventini? Alberto here. This is the AJC, your channel dedicated to Juventus. If you love Juve, then smash that subscribe button, all right? And I'm going to do the rest because I've got you covered on all the latest news. And we're going to take a look at Di Marzio with 3 deals currently pending with Juventus. We'll look at the details and status on each one of those. And then we enter key meetings around the future of certain players at Juventus, renewals, and then, of course, the decisive days on potentially the next manager in Thiago Motta. All right, so all that, much more right now. So let's get into it. First off, today marks an anniversary, a special one. May 22nd, 1996 is when Juventus last hoisted the Champions League trophy. So we remember those legends that did it, especially the last captain to do it, who was lost but obviously never forgotten, Gianluca Vialli. I remember exactly where I was on that day, and that was really the day when my fandom really took the next level. All right, and of course, who can forget the iconic kits? All right, my absolute favorite kit probably of all time. So a special day. Now we get to the news, and Giorgio Chiellini set to make a return to Juventus. That is right, he's been tipped off to come back in a directorial role. All right, so we look forward to seeing King Kong come back home. All right, now as far as Juventus goes for the summer, we know that they canceled their plans in heading to North America for another summer tour, and they bowed out of that. However, they have set up a mini retreat. It is going to be in Germany, it is going to be at the home of Adidas, and that'll be around the end of July. All right, as far as Juve goes with their reports on the budget, we have Gazzetta reporting that the budget loss will report around 200 million euros, but I am waiting for more sources, more numbers that may be a little more credible than Gazzetta to come out, because we obviously took another bond from Elkan, and we were hearing that the number was significantly less in terms of that last bit of cleanup. So I'm not buying this one just quite yet. I want to see more reports come out. All right, as far as Giuntoli goes, he is set now to set up his team his way, and we're expecting the first 2 names in that management team to be Giuseppe Pompillo, who is wrapping up his contract terms with Napoli. He was linked to come immediately with Giuntoli when it happened. However, he saw his contract out with Napoli, but now the door is open for him to come in. The other is Stefano Stefanelli, the sporting director currently at Pisa. He is expected to come and join Giuntoli. Okay, as far as we get into contracts, extensions, etc. Kenan Yildiz, obviously Juve looking to lock him up to 2028 with an option to 2029, tweaking the salary and of course giving him the number 10. However, Yildiz spoke about the number 10 after the Bologna match in the interview, and he actually said it is his dream to wear the number 10 at Juventus like his idol Alessandro Del Piero, but he believes now may not be the time. We'll see, is what he said. Let's see what happens there. But I kind of agree, and I like the fact that he mentioned it as well. Wait for the time and when it is right. Interesting to see a kid that young say that it's not maybe the time right now. I like this kid a lot. In terms of other renewals, we've got Rugani set to get locked down, and Cambiaso, and Cambiaso has been drawing a lot of interest. This one is a no-brainer. He is untouchable for me. Look for those to be the first 2 extensions to happen, Rugani and Cambiaso, all right? And Yildiz should be seeing his shortly after. Di Marzio gives us 3 deals Juventus currently working on, all right? And the names are Di Gregorio, that's the first one, all right? And apparently Monza has been inquiring on Miretti and has serious interest in Miretti, so we will see if a deal can be finalized there. The second is Calafiori, and all signs are pointing to Juventus and Calafiori making the deal. However, his price tag was 25 million euros, and it could be increasing. Number 1, because of all the interest. Number 2, because Basel is set to get quite a bit on that sell-on clause that they have in there. All right, so those are 2 reasons why that price could be increasing for Juventus. And then, of course, the third Di Marzio brings us is Coop Mainers, and we know where that stands. Atalanta is going to be a hard seller on that one because of all the interest, especially interest out of the Prem, and that number might price Juventus out of it. And the kicker there is You've got an opportunity with Thuram as his price lowers, who has been a target for Giuntoli, not just Juventus. So this is going to be interesting to see how it develops. But those are the three names Di Marzio brings us. Now, as far as tomorrow goes, we've got some meetings, okay? We've got some meetings set up. Now, there was supposed to be one set up with Sule's entourage, but that is going to be pushed to next week. We're going to wait to see what develops on that one. There's always been some strange distance between Sule and Juventus. We will see if they end up keeping him around, but there's going to be this kicker that nobody's really factoring in with Sule, and that is going to be the will of the next manager who steps in. And we've got a key meeting tomorrow as Motta has his decisive days coming up. Big meeting with Bologna and Joey Saputo, the owner there, tomorrow. Okay, as today they celebrate entering the Champions League, so there will be no announcement today. However, tomorrow it is expected, widely speculated by all the top journals out there, that he is going to inform Joey Saputo and Bologna of his decision to leave. And then after the final match of the season, he is expected to sign with Juventus, and the salary currently being reported, it's speculated to be around €5 million season, and not a 2-year with an option for third like we were previously hearing, but a 3-year contract for Thiago Motta, and now they are all in, okay? We had Skira. Skira was the first one to plant that flag down, say Motta is the guy for Juventus. It is done. It is dusted. Deal over. He will join Juventus. And since then, everybody has come aboard now with Di Marzio, Romeo Agresti, Mirko Di Natale. They are all going all in that it is done, and Motta will be Juve's next manager, all right? And of course, all we can do is hurry up and wait, but the time may be coming closer and closer. And the latest reports also suggest Juve has no current dealings or work with any other managers right now other than Motta. So you would have to think it is done and it has been agreed upon if they're not even working on anyone else and nobody bringing that. I think it's done, and I think it's Motta. You guys know the drill, though. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, share the content. Let me know what you think. Is it done? Is Motta going to be the next man in charge at Juventus? Can't wait to mix it up with you all, and I'll be back for another edition. As always, fino alla fine, forza Juventus. Ciao tutti.